With a massive company like Sony, it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day headlines, the stock market ups and downs. But honestly, that's just surface noise. So today, we're going to dive deeper and uncover the real story that's hiding just beneath the waves. So let's start with that surface noise that's been grabbing everyone's attention, the stock price. You can see that earlier this year, Sony hit a high of over 4,100 yen, only to dip down to around 3,100 yen by the end of March. And a drop that big, well, it naturally makes you ask a pretty big question. Is this a real storm warning for the company? A sign of trouble ahead? Or are we just looking at ripples on the surface of a much deeper, much more powerful body of water? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. To really get the picture, we have to look past those choppy surface waves. We need to look at the massive ocean currents flowing underneath, and I'm talking about the company's powerful fundamentals, because that's where you find Sony's true direction. Okay, so the very first thing you notice when you look deeper is just the sheer scale we're talking about. Sony has a market cap of around 20.9 trillion yen. I mean, that's not just a big number. That's the foundation of this huge, globally diversified powerhouse. It tells you right away that we're dealing with a company that has immense stability. So how's this powerhouse actually performing? Well, take a look at this. Their latest quarterly earnings report shows a massive 22% surge in operating income compared to the year before. Now that is not the sign of a company in trouble. That's a sign of some serious momentum. And listen, this isn't just some one-time lucky quarter. Sony is so confident about how things are going that they've actually raised their full-year operating income forecast all the way up to 1.54 trillion yen. So they're not just meeting expectations, they are consistently blowing past them. So the big question is, where is all this strength actually coming from? What are the engines that are driving these powerful currents? Let's break down the key performers. This table right here, it tells the whole story. You can see the music segment is showing some really solid gains, but the two main engines are crystal clear. First, you've got gaming and network services, or GNS, and then showing the biggest jump of all is imaging and sensing solutions, or INSS. Let's take a closer look at both of those. Okay, starting with gaming, the entire story here is about engagement. The PlayStation ecosystem just hit a record-breaking 132 million monthly active users. This shows it's not just about selling a bunch of consoles. It's about building and keeping this massive, super engaged global community. And here's the kicker. It's not just how many people are logging in. It's about for how long. The total amount of time people spent playing also went up year over year. That shows a really deep, sustained engagement, which is a fantastic sign of the gaming division's long-term health. Now, let's switch gears to that other powerhouse, imaging and sensing. Just look at the jump on this chart between fiscal year 24 and 25. We are talking about a leap of over 100 billion yen in a single quarter. That's not just growth, my friends. That is an absolute explosion in demand. So why is this happening? Well, the answer is probably in your pocket right now. The smartphone market is bouncing back, and even more important, phone makers are all demanding bigger and better image sensors to make their cameras incredible. And guess who the undisputed leader in high-performance sensors is? Yep, Sony. Okay, so we've seen the powerful performance they have right now, but what about the future? I mean, a truly strong company isn't just doing well today. It has a clear strategy for navigating whatever tides are coming next. And this right here really captures Sony's game plan. It's all about sharpening the focus. By spinning off part of their financial business, they're making a really clear choice. They're doubling down on what they do best, being a world leader in entertainment and pioneering the core tech, like those amazing image sensors that powers the whole thing. So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway? Well, for the patient investor, the message is clear. Yeah, the surface might be choppy, but the deep currents of strong fundamentals, record-breaking engagement, and a clear strategy, they're all moving Sony toward a very bright horizon. And that really leaves us with a final thought for you. The next time you're looking at any company's performance, just ask yourself this. Are you watching the volatile waves on the surface, or are you looking deeper at the powerful currents that are truly defining its journey?